Okay, so I'm back from seeing Star Wars Episode 9 Rise of Skywalker, albeit begrudgingly, and honestly, it lived up to my low expectations. It was decent for what it was, but nothing else. But if anything, this led to a boatload of convoluted plot holes that have plagued my mind since Episode 8. Namely, spoilers to anyone who has not seen the movie. How in the hell is Rey a Palpatine? I mean, yes, they kind of explained it, but still, it doesn't make a lot of sense. How could Palpatine's own son deviate away from what his quote-unquote pappy wanted him to become? And if so, who did Palpatine bang to even have a son? Pardon my mouth, but I had to get that one off my chest. And what the hell does he mean by Rey and Kylo, aka Ben Solo, being a dyad in the Force? I mean, I can understand with Ben / Kylo. I mean, he's part of the Skywalker legacy of being so powerful in the Force that he can move mountains if given the chance, and destroy planets if given the opportunity. Anyway, the movie basically follows a fetch quest to get, basically, we're equivalent to Sith holocrons to find Palpatine and destroy him once and for all. You know, this was a lot easier to do in the EU continuity. Yes, it was more convoluted in the EU, but there was some sense behind it. Namely the way Palpatine was able to cheat death as in the old continuity. Essence transfer. Basically, long story short, to anyone who never read any of the Thrawn trilogies, or to those who've only read Cliff Notes, in my case, I am going to spoil a little bit of those. Long story short, the Thrawn trilogy or the Dark Empire saga of the EU. Long story short, Palpatine was able to cheat death through the esoteric dark side power of essence transfer, using the dark side to transfer your soul into an inanimate object or another compatible body. Palpatine did more with the latter, namely a cloning facility he had on the planet Biss. But of course, there's one major flaw. If anyone who's played or knows played any of the Street Fighter games, any of the games starting with the Street Fighter franchise, specifically Street Fighter 2 and beyond, would know that Master Bison's Psycho Power has a nasty drawback. Oh, let me rephrase this. The dark side has a nasty drawback in a similar vein to Bison's Psycho Power. Because it draws completely on negative energy and emotion, the human body cannot contain its full potential, eventually causing deterioration. And when that usually happened, Palpatine would swap out his soul into another compatible body once the current one is used up, much in the same way Bison would do it. Though to be fair, I'm not sure how Palpatine would react if Akuma showed up and busted his ass with the Raging Demon, and pummeled his ass with the Raging Demon. With Shungoku Satsu, aka the Raging Demon. Or if Shao Kahn were to show up and bludgeon Palpatine to death, and then steal Palpatine's soul. Because let's face it, Khan's otherworldly makeup means it's highly improbable that even if given the opportunity, Palpatine could possess Shao Kahn's soul. Especially when he has to fight off 60 billion other souls inside him. At minimum. Just to get control of Khan's body. But I'm going off the beaten path here. Point is, at worst, Rise of Skywalker is a definite thumbs down film. At best, it's a thumb in the middle film. It's a thumbs in the middle. Doesn't even get close, and no more. To me, this movie straddles the line between mediocrity and total suckage. Talk about ending the year on a sour note for me. I said I was going into this film seeing this film grudgingly, and I came out grudgingly. Anyone who's morbidly curious of how this shitty sequel trilogy ends, go ahead and see it. And for me, I regret seeing it. God bless to my fan base. Happy New Year. Goodbye. Like, comment, and like the video. Comment on the video. Subscribe to the channel. Goodbye. And good night. Bang.